Hello and welcome to the Vindicator on the Commodore 64, and you can see this is an Ocean game that came out in '88, and it doesn't actually say who the programmer is, but the front end is very similar in design to the front end in Robocop, so I'm guessing Johnny Megan is the programmer, or at least he had a hand in it. And graphics by Simon Butler, and music by Jordan Dunn. And in the background's a really great piece of music, actually, even though it's not got much of a melody, but it's got a good beat to it. It's a good tune to sort of leave it on in the background for a bit of background listening while you're doing your other things. And most of the in-game music is pretty good as well. But yeah, this tune is probably my favourite in the game. Right, let's get started. So the game is actually in 3 parts, and once you've completed one part, you can go into the next part. And I can't remember if there's a password system, but so the first part takes place in what's known as the complex, where you wander around this huge complex, walking into warehouse rooms and shooting aliens. You've got to collect key cards and lift access. I can't remember exactly, but and actually it probably wouldn't be that bad a level, but the controls are really strange. You press down or pull down on the joystick to move down the corridor, and push up to spin it 180 degrees. It's quite confusing, and then you move left and right to just move left, right. I mean, there is an on-screen compass on the right-hand side there, but it doesn't help. I find it really confusing. So here's a room we've gone into. Just pick up this if we can. And in the background, it's quite a moody piece of music. And the graphics, I mean, there's not really much variety, but they're pretty well drawn. Your sprite looks pretty good, I think. And all the other, here we go, on all the other, I think you've got firing up to change cartridge, loadout for your gun. Probably going to die here. You've only got 1 life, which I've just lost. No, you've got more than 1 life. Okay, I thought you had 1 life. I haven't played this too much, mostly because it's not a game I enjoy playing. I thought I'd play it a bit before the review, but I'm struggling. Okay, so I can pick that up. Hey, what kill? What? Oh, very strange. Anyway, you've really got to make a map, but even making a map I think is quite hard. It's just so confusing, the layout. I just don't know where I'm going now. Oh, this looks like a double door. I haven't been in here. Yep, so in these scenes here, there's not really much to them, apart from just hammering fire, to be honest. I'm sure there's a better strategy, but I just can't be bothered finding it. I have not played this on any other formats either, so I don't know if it's better on the Spectrum or the Amstrad or whatever. But yeah, it's really strange. Yeah, if the controls had been done better, if they'd been a bit more like 3D Monster Maze or Dungeon Master, those sort of games, I think it could have been a bit more fun, but it's a real struggle just to work out where you're going. And so I think there's a few floors you've got to find the lift and make progress that way. Have I seen this guy before? Can't remember. I'm sure there's some better videos on YouTube where somebody actually knows what the hell they're doing and where to go. But normally I like to be a bit more prepared, but I just thought I'd give you a rough idea. But yeah, the chances of me playing this game enough to become a master of it is pretty slim. So yeah, this is part 1, the complex. I mean, it's okay, if you're a mapping fan you might like it, but gameplay wise it's pretty dull, I think. Unfortunately it's probably one of the better parts of the game. Right, so let's go to part 2. Hello and welcome to part 2 of, well it now says Vindicator. It did say The Vindicator on the other title screen, so either The Vindicator or Vindicator, take your pick. And this level is called The Tortured Lands, and aptly named, I think. So let's get started. Oh, and the background music's changed now. This piece of music reminds me a little bit of Operation Wolf, also by Jordan Dunn. But I do prefer the music on the other title page. Right, so let's get started, and here we are. And as you can see, it is a vertically scrolling shoot 'em up in a fighter plane. But this is only the first part, because once we get far enough, we turn into a jeep. Now, unfortunately, as you can see, it's not hardly one of the best vertically scrolling shoot 'em ups on the C64. It's pretty. What happened there? Yeah, it's pretty dull, really. Just, I don't know. Some of the graphics. I mean, the vehicles look pretty good, but the backgrounds look a bit grotty. I don't know. They look kind of strange. A strange mix of high res and multicolour. But I suppose it works well enough. Oh, is that pause key? So the jeep can fire in multiple, or different directions. But yeah, it's not exactly swiv. Game over. Sort of. Yeah, so and again, it seems pretty hard. I mean, I've not played it too much. But mostly because I just can't be bored. It's just not a game that I find fun to play. Looks like there's some power-ups to pick up. So yeah, music is fairly decent. It's fairly standard Jordan Dunn sort of fodder in this game, but I mean Jordan Dunn is. I think it's very rare that he released any game, or he did music for any game that didn't really hit the mark. Even though he's not the most highly regarded of C64 musicians, he still consistently delivered fairly decent quality of output. Yep, so that's part 2 for you. As you can see, I can't get very far. And you know, I do like my shoot 'em ups, but this one, yeah. It sort of reminds me of level 2 of Typhoon, of the ocean version of Typhoon. It's got that sort of strange feel to it. So, I don't know, maybe Zach Townsend might have had something to do with it, I don't know. I know he did Typhoon. Right, so that's part 2 for you. Let's take a look at part 3. Hello, and welcome to part 3 of... we're back to The Vindicator. And this is the final, well it says the final here, but it's called the Catacombs, I think. And again, another decent Jonathan Dunn tune. Nice beats it. So let's get started. And this time it's a side sort of scrolling. Yeah, sort of shoot 'em up. It's a bit like, I suppose, a bit like level 5 of RoboCop, I would guess. Although this game, yeah, I'm pretty sure it came out before RoboCop, so maybe used some really terrible inertia. Well, it doesn't. Oh, is that game over already? You're joking! Oh! Well, that looks a bit hard, that level. So, yeah, again, this looks like ocean up to their old tricks. So I've lost a life there again. So I've lost 2 lives in 3 seconds. Yeah, it looks like ocean up to their old tricks of, you know, they know the game's shit and they haven't done much work on it, so they just make it stupidly difficult so you can't make any progress. Right, well that took about 15 seconds to lose all 3 lives. That's stupidly difficult. One more go of this absolute bollocks. I mean, level 1 seems reasonable enough. You know, you can get some fun out of that if you're a mapping sort of fan. Level 2, yeah, it was a fairly mediocre looking shoot 'em up. This just looks shit. I mean, this is. I'm having flashbacks of playing. Well, it came out later, but flashbacks of playing Total Recall. I mean, that's just as shit as this. In fact, Total Recall was actually more playable than this. At least, I mean, okay, it was hard, but at least it was playable. This has got very minimal playability. The graphics are okay, but they're not as good as the graphics on the first stage. Fucking hell, I've lost 2 lives already. Can I go up the lift? Hey. Ah, you. Right, well, I can't play any more of this shit. It's just, so yeah, stage 1 was not too bad. Stage 2 was mediocre. Stage 3 is just complete just shite. So once again, Ocean. I mean, you know, you can't deny. You know, it sounds good. Graphics are not too bad. Programming is fine. There's no bugs or stuff like that. It's well put together, but in terms of gameplay or maybe just game design, woefully lacking. So yep, I'll give this 2 out of 10. Just because I like a couple of the tunes, but in terms of gameplay, I wouldn't expect too much from this game, and I don't think it did very well. I remember it when it was advertised; it looked quite cool, and for some reason it seemed to be or promoted as some sort of sequel to Green Beret, but I never really saw that, and officially it doesn't look like it is. So yeah. So yeah, 2 out of 10. See you in the next video.